Hello and welcome to today's Event Tech World Digital Demo Drop-In. I'm Vanessa Lovett, I'm the founder of Event Tech World, and I absolutely love running these sessions because I know how much value they bring to our audience to get that quick headline insight into the tech tools that are out there that might be able to help you in the future. So we have a very hot day here in the UK, and we have an equally as hot lineup for you today. And I'm going to invite all of our attendees, excuse me, not attendees, that would be a disaster, all of our presenters, if you could turn on your cameras, keep your mute on for now, and I will do a quick introduction of who we've got. So Stella and Kavish, if you could pop your cameras on as well, that'd be great. Wonderful. In order that we will be going today, we have Lee from Crowdcomms. Lee, give us a wave. Thank you. Then we'll be flipping to a co-presentation, and their names are the wrong way round, but we are not going to worry about this, from Kavish and Stella from Brella. If you guys could give us a wave. Stella from Brella is the best thing ever, by the way. I'm sure you get that all the time. Then we're going to be going to Michael from Highbar AI. Michael, give us a wave. Thank you. And Katie will be concluding from VFairs. They each have 10 minutes, and during their 10 minutes, put as many questions as you want and have into the chat, because we will have a little bit of time to put some of those questions to them live. And if we don't get to them live, they'll either answer them in the chat or we'll answer them to you one-to-one afterwards. Now, if I could ask you all to just turn your cameras off again briefly, and I have a couple of Event Tech World updates before we get going. So first thing is, ask the questions, make the most of being here live. The recording is absolutely available to everybody afterwards. So if you find you have to drop off halfway through, don't worry, you'll still get it. You can share that recording with your team members, and keep referring back to it if you need to in the future as well. Next week, Event Tech World has two events. One is for agencies, so you may want to come and join us at that. It's an evening dinner on the 15th of July. Apologies, I've gone out of order. And the other is our Insider Exchange, which is for all of the B2B event landscape, and that's on the 14th of July. Both of them are in London. So I'll pop a link to those in the chat as we go through as well. Now, a quick sign of life would be good from everybody. So if you could find the emoji button down below the screen, it says react, send something to show us that you are alive. Brilliant, this is good. And please use the emojis throughout the entire session, because it really helps us to read the room and get an idea for what you're feeling when you see these demos. Okay, it is 4 minutes past the hour. I'm going to invite Lee from Crowdcomms. Please could you turn on your camera and audio? I'm going to turn mine off and be in the background, and the microphone and the metaphorical floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I'm going to share my screen. I will start with 10 minutes. So very quick introduction. Crowdcomms, obviously event technology, event apps. That's what we're here to talk about. We do full suites, registration, on-site badging, lead capture, attendance tracking, and really excited to show our event app offering, because that's actually the very first offering that Crowdcomms started with. So it's been around since 2011. Supported over 15,000 events with our event app, and it's very flexible, very easy to use, and very feature rich. So fingers crossed I can do it justice in this time. Starting with our Prism conference, we're going to look at the attendee experience, what your delegates, speakers would be using during the event itself. I've got it full screen here on a desktop. Of course, it works across all devices. So it's one of the things which we pride ourselves on is pre-event, during event, post-event, we want to make sure that you have a really engaging experience. That means in the lead up to the event, I might be on my desktop having a look at the agenda. I might be having a look at documents, resources on demand. And then during the event, I'm much more likely to be on my mobile phone, navigating and participating in that way. So covering that off very quickly, fully responsive, works across devices, and of course available in the app stores as you'd expect, so Apple and Google Play. Push notifications which can be targeted to groups, different audiences, who's attending to different sessions. So a lot of control there. in terms of look and feel, replicating your brand, making it look like something that is genuinely white label in your own. That's something we're really strong at. So I'm showing this Prism conference example, but if I jump into another one, more of a dark themed, lighter call to actions, full takeover menu, and then maybe a lighter theme to show the sort of full spectrum of design options. I like Prism because it's quite, well, you've got some animation, you've got different colors coming within it, you've got the dark theme in Apex, and then you've got the light theme in Nova. So from a brand replication, everything down from obviously color scheme, but the different templates that you work from, the different font files, making sure that your headers, your descriptions are all matched is all included. Navigating through the app, agenda, always a really cool part. Let me go full screen because it's looking a little bit bunched up here. Let me go 100%. There you go, fit to window. So it's actually not helping. There you go. Not good for the time frame, is it? Let's change screen. Agenda, really important. Search functionality, change your dates, filter down, and crucially, every part of our app is fully custom. Fully personalized based on your audience. So speakers only see certain agenda sessions, or maybe they have access to certain documentation. We can build that within there. So fully personalized, personalized to your different groups and audiences. You then got all of your engagement side. So perhaps you want to build event games, different rewards and prizes for participating in sessions, live polling, Q&A, get points for taking part, work your way up a leaderboard, create a fun and engaging experience to really drive the initiatives which are important to your event. Networking, another sort of core part of events, seeing who's attending your event, allowing people to scan each other's badges, capture each other's details through business card exchange, perhaps bringing some AI networking into the to the process so that you can choose different filters based on your interest levels, run the matchmaking tool, and then you get recommendations based on who you should meet. Then you can swap your business cards, you can view their profile, message them, or schedule a meeting. So got a lot of different functionality in here. Certainly can't cover it all in 10 minutes, but I just want to give you the highlights. High level of customization, personalize the journey for different groups, engagement during session, make it fun and exciting with event games, meeting booking, surveys, post events, all of those different bits. And crucially, you make live updates as you go so you can make it a really engaging experience before the event, during it, and afterwards. And with the remainder of my time, hopefully I'm not going too fast. The remainder of my time, I'll show you a little bit of the admin experience. So it is a fully self-service tool where you can come in and build it all yourself, or you can lean on our team to set everything up for you with project management, or a bit of a hybrid approach where you leverage live chats, knowledge-based guides, and follow along and build it out for yourself. So within the admin side, modules is where you quite often start. So you choose the different pages that you want to build. Page Builder, as an example, gives us loads of templates to choose from. So the different design options that we look, all drag drop builders. Upload your image, change the colors, change gaps between it so you can get really close to your brand identity. Agenda, nice one to show just for simplicity. Add session, edit session, got your details, quick edits, save, off you go. So it's nice and straightforward. And then final one I would touch on is analytics, configurable dashboard so you can show the information which is most pertinent to your event. Create custom reports for certain stakeholders. And then we've got live dashboards. Should have probably shown another one. 39% isn't very impressive. This is a demo. It's usually 99%. Adoption rates, page views over time, device breakdown, popular sections, engagement stats. And then, of course, you can export any of the data to really get into the granular detail of what's important to your event. And if I was going to just stop with one sort of tip in terms of when you're using crowd comms, really think about what's important to your event. Talk to our account management team who can really scope out what your event is and how to leverage our platform, because it's full of features. There's a lot you can do. So what we say is build it around your event, what success looks like to you. So you've got a really optimized journey for all of your attendees, your speakers, your sponsors and exhibitors, and wider stakeholders. Vanessa, I can go in more detail. I think I'm
Yes, you
10 minutes.
absolutely may. You actually have 3 more minutes, so please enjoy.
Three more minutes. All right. Where's a good place to jump into? Oh, good place. Again, I talked about the personalization of that experience. How we do that. People management, groups, so you can create groups for VIP audiences, your speakers, your attendees, different regions that people are attending from. And then you can create fully personalized journeys. So what that means is modules. I've got module privacy. So I say just my attendee group can see this, or just my speaker group can see this. If I go into the actual builder here, I can go much further and say, so from my home menu, one of these icons, so this one is an example, I can then go and say group privacy at this level, so only VIPs can see that. Coming on to communication, so whether it's emails or it's alerts, I can target these to different audiences. So the short story is it's never a one size fits all platform or event app. If you want a one app, but you've got a slightly different experience for your day one, day two, day three attendees, for your VIPs, we can create a really personalized experience for everybody. Other things to show you. Settings within here. I'll show you some of the ease of it. Setting up your branding. You've got some accessibility controls around primary, secondary colors. Does it match? So if I jump over to another one, you can see this one is now treble A accessible. Your font files I referenced that you can either choose from a full list of fonts which are approved or upload custom fonts there. We've obviously got the simple templates to build in, but the whole platform does enable you to input CSS to be really flexible with your different design options that you need. And we've got a number of different tools which all integrate directly into the event app. So for registration, the on-site badging, some external tools. So there's a lot of options to really streamline that full process. Are you interrupting me? No, one more minute. One more minute. Okay. One more minute. Uh, let's go into some resources because that's another place which is always nice to show. Video libraries. So if you want to show your video library for hosting all your videos post events, that's all included. If you've got your documents, so this might be abstracts, posters, that's all hosted within the platform. So it's got nice navigation of this functionality. Quick one, if I jump into one of the sessions, let's go back to this one. Also host your virtual hybrid streams with live engagement down the right-hand side. So you've got a lot of different ways to deliver the content. It's not just in-person events. The event app works as a virtual hybrid platform, not separate platforms. It's all embedded in the same solution there.
Well done, Lee. Bet you didn't think you were going to be looking for time to fill, did
I,
you?
I was worried about not talking too much for which is often a problem for me, Vanessa. So I was trying to not get too carried away, which I can
No,
do.
all good. You did incredibly well. There's a great question that's come through from an agency. Graham, thank you. Really good question. If you are only allowed to say one thing, what does Crowdcoms do better than any other app? Love that question.
Oh, it's a very good question.
Yeah, very
I
pertinent.
look the people at Crowdcoms, the service for consultation in the lead up to your event, and then the care and attention to support and deliver success throughout it. I think that's, you know, I'm sure there's other people who do it brilliantly, but that's what we get great feedback about and we're really proud of.
Nice. I love that answer, but I'm going to push you. Is there anything on the tech that you would say? The people is a wonderful answer, but what about the tech
Of
itself?
course, look, we've always been incredibly well known from a customization perspective. That's, you know, from the early days through to now, people who care about their brand, you know, you spend millions of pounds perfecting your brand for your main marketing website. Then quite often, whether it's event tech or whatever tools you use outside of it, it can be compromised at that stage. We
Hmm.
can get very close to some of the biggest and most attention to detail brands in the world, which is what we're also very proud of.
Fabulous. Thank you. And I'm going to go to Stefania's question, which is, are the video library resources copied over from previous year's events and web pages to new web events pages?
So you can replicate different pages from old platforms. So for a quick setup, it's quite
Okay.
common with enterprise clients. They'll have pre-approved templates, which is their starting point for all events.
Hmm.
It's not automatic that your videos hosted will move on to next year's, but some people will use then, if that's really important, 12-month ongoing platform. So it's sort of repurposed as a more of a community engagement tool.
Lee, thank you. There is a question for you in the chat. If you could head in there and answer that by typing old school style, that would be much appreciated. And otherwise, thank you. Please turn off your camera and your audio. And Kavish and Stella from Brella, please turn on your camera and audio. And we are going to hand straight over to both of you. So, Stella, can we get, yes, she's coming. Brilliant. It is 4:17. I'm going to turn myself off and it's
All right, perfect. Let's kick things off. Hopefully my screen's coming through, but let's go. So I want to start somewhere a little bit uncomfortable. So if you lined up every event app on the market right now, side by side, you'd struggle to tell them apart. The agenda, the attendees list, the little chat window is all turning into a commodity. And if you run product as an event tech company like I do, that should scare you a bit. And it scared us. But at the same time, it's also the most exciting moment our industry has had in years. And to explain why, let me back up just a little bit. Brella spun out of a design agency, so about 10 years ago, as one of the first networking tools that actually got people into the right rooms, not just collecting badges. We've run that engine for the Financial Times, Vanessa's probably quite familiar with them, for SASTA, for a lot of other names you'd know. In 2022, we made a bet, best of breed. Do one thing, the engagement layer, and do it better than everybody else. And that worked super well for us. Then AI arrived, and the ground shifted beneath our feet. Events stopped being judged on visibility and vibes, and started being judged like every other asset you own. What did it return, and what's the new revenue when budgets are shrinking? And yeah, that's the mandate, that's the reality now. So here's how we see a modern event app. 3 layers: the engagement surface, the opportunity engine, and the data underneath. The third layer I'll come back to at the end. It quietly changes the business you're in. Now, those first 2 layers run on AI, but not the kind you're really bracing for. We're not bolting on a chatbot into the corner and calling it a strategy. I've been in plenty of rooms or plenty of calls where I've been asked, so what's your AI plan? And I ask back, what are you trying to accomplish? And, crickets, basically. Um, so we use generative AI only where it earned its keep. And we kind of lean a bit more on quieter machine learning, the kind that actually makes you money for you, your sponsors, and your attendees. Now, just to get this out of the way, our AI shows up in 3 key places. First, intelligent discovery. You can search, or attendees can search the entire event in plain English. You can see some of the questions over here. The second, discovery, quality, and control. We rebuilt, and we are rebuilding, actually, we're shipping that piecemeal as we speak, matchmaking, which has been industry leading from the ground up. So it's not just taking into effect your own or the user's own behavior, but the context of the entire event around them. And third, we're focused on quality of life, meetings, and ROI. For example, an inbox that sorts meeting requests by relevance and tells people why a specific meeting is worth taking. Anyway, that's the what. Stella is going to show you the how live in the app. And then I'll come back to the third layer, data. That's the one I'm most excited about. Stella, over to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
here I am. Okay. Thank you,
Brilliant.
Kevin. And hopefully everyone can see my screen. So you've just heard a bit from Kavish about our background and what we believe the real power of a modern event app can be. So I'm just going to take a few minutes and give you a very high-level look into our event app and the attendee experience. I'm not going to have time to kind of cover everything, so I'm only going to hit on a few features that we're seeing drive some really powerful engagement. So we are Brella. We're kind of synonymous with networking in the industry, so I would be remiss not to start there. So Kavish has talked a little bit about how we are and will continue to evolve our matchmaking and the logic behind the recommendations we're making about who you should meet at the event. That's the core problem Brella has always solved is how do you make the most of your networking time at the event and you ensure you've walked away having had the most relevant and important conversations. So we don't just, display a kind of static directory of recommendations, we really empower your attendees to take action on this. So, for example, if I pull up this person's profile who's been recommended to me in the app, I get more context about him, lots of information. I can actually see someone from my team has already connected with the Deeb. That's really useful information for me to know. We can chat, and if I hit suggest a meeting, the system intelligently and automatically finds a time and a location that works for both of us. Of course, we can change this, but the whole idea is just to, again, really empower people to take action and to make it as frictionless and easy as possible. It's a very common sight for our customers to have, a setup like this at their event where there may be, hundreds, if not in some cases, thousands of, meetings that have been booked through the app, oftentimes, many of which were ahead of time. So going back to some other engagement features we have, I wanted to highlight something else we've recently released. I joke we've brought TikTok into the B2B event app world. We've released this new feature called Pitch Reels. It's an example of like this very modern feature. It allows people to upload or record up to a 30-second video introduction. So it really brings people's profiles to life in this very human way. And it's been really amazing, especially pre-event. You can imagine people, are coming from all over the world and they're hopping on, saying hi, explaining what they do. It's a great way to discover people. And then, of course, you can set all kinds of rules and permissions around this if you want to use it just for startup pitches or sponsorship activations. Another kind of powerful feature we have that is unique to Brella are these stories in our app. So on our homepage, we have these stories reminiscent of Instagram. The idea is this becomes a very powerful tool for you as the organizers to communicate with your audience in a format that they're very familiar with from social media. And it gives you a way to promote and highlight the things that are really important to you in a very visual and engaging way. So, for example, you could show like local guides and swipe up for restaurant recommendations or sponsorship activations, FAQs, etc. And then, of course, we have every feature a mature event app would have. What I will say is that we have really tried to rethink all of those things from an attendee experience perspective. So if we look at the schedule, for example, this is just one of our layouts, but the schedule is dynamic. It jumps to whatever day and time it is. There's no scrolling. You can click into a card and get all kinds of, dynamic information. You can get directions to the session, provide feedback. Maybe you want to pull up a speaker from here, get their bio, jump to another session. We allow different layouts. So if that just doesn't work for my brain, I can switch to something like this. So you kind of empower your attendees to make it work. Um, And I'm kind of running out on time, so I'm going to pause here. But I think the main takeaway and hopefully what you can see is that we've really tried to, with all of the features, take kind of this consumer grade approach to the UX and the design so that it's very engaging and modern and intuitive. All right, Kavish, back over to you to kind of wrap.
Yep, all right, thank you. And because I'm running a bit short on time, just going to talk about two final pieces there. The first is kind of the admin panel because we wanted to show you just a little bit about it. Our approach to setting up the event is all about personalization and customization, but not just customizing things, but automating the customization. For example, we have this brand new lists feature that we just launched a couple days ago. Instead of kind of manually adding people, sending communications and stuff like that, we offer automations where you can have conditions. Okay, how many pending meetings does a person have? How many accepted meetings? You can group conditions together and use that to automate communications, what you show people is recommended, so many different use cases. And then the final piece is that third layer from my presentation, the data goldmine. We are releasing a brand new API which is meant for use with your agentic workflows. We're going to be collecting so much data. We're already collecting so much data. We're going to collect even more on your behalf. We don't want to hold that hostage, but instead we want to give you granular access to all of that so you can use it with your Claude workflows. You can use it to build your own apps around Umbrella. So many different use cases there. And you can manage risk because you can decide for each API key, for instance, what it can access down to the last field. So that's it, I think, for me.
Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, cheers.
Brilliant. You guys squished a lot in there. Well done. And you got quite a lot of some round of applause when you showed that little agentic AI piece in there and a palm tree, which is very interesting. So I don't know if someone saw that and felt like it made them want to just go on holiday immediately because all their work would be done for them. But well done. I'm going to ask the same question to you that Graham asked the last event tab. The shortest summary that you possibly can, what do you feel is what sets apart Brella from all the other event apps out there?
Sarah, do you want to take that or should I?
I'm curious if we would have the same answer. I'll say two words and then Kavish, let me know if you differ in opinion, but I would say connections design.
Connections and design. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with the design part, but more than that, I think it's like tangible revenue is probably the biggest thing. And and the data angle that we're taking. Because again, events are probably the greatest first party data source in history, and most of that's untapped, and that's kind of the direction we're going in. So
All right.
that would be my
Very
answer.
nice. Thank you. Thank you so much to our demo leaders from Brella. And I'm going to ask our audience again, show me some signs of life. Stick something in the chat. Anything. I am hot. So I feel like I want to write the word hot in the chat. I will do it. What were your thoughts on the two that you've seen so far? Tell us something that you are feeling right now. Lots of emojis, more palm trees. We're starting a trend here, a palm tree trend. We next have High Bar AI. Now, this is a newcomer on the scene. And I love that today we have some of the folks that have been around for a long old time. And we also have very new to market. Michael, I'm not going to steal all of your lines here. I'm going to hand straight over to you. It is 4:30 UK time. It's 8:30 a.m. for Michael because he's on the west coast of the States. The floor is yours.
Awesome. Well, it's great to be with you all. Thank you, Vanessa. Hopefully everyone can see my screen up now. And I am Michael, the founder of Highbar. We are new as a company, but I've been in the industry for at least 15 years. And I was previously the founder of Attendify, which powered over 20,000 events for over 10 million attendees. We were acquired by Hopin back in 2021. And honestly, I got back into the industry because we're at a really pivotal moment. Everyone is being asked to do more with less, more events, smaller teams, smaller budgets, and you have to prove that every event paid off. And unfortunately, there's event tech hasn't been really fast to keep up with that. There's definitely a lot of new announcements and a lot of new features and a lot of new things, but it's still a services heavy industry. We still prioritize complexity over experience a lot of the time. And we built Highbar to be different. It's an AI native event app that helps organizers and attendees do more with less. So let's dive into the demo, and then we'll start with the app and we'll go through and see a little bit of the back end. So the first thing you'll see is our home screen. This is completely customizable. I pretty much threw the kitchen sink at it here with a lot of different widgets, but the one that's always at the top is the curation feature. The app is curated for the attendee before they even log in. These matches, these opportunities are sitting there waiting for them to start to engage. And we have settings for all of this, so you can pick and choose which tiles appear here, whether it's networking recommendations or session recommendations. And when you tap into them, you see a list of 10 people that I should connect with that uses, just to go back for 1 second, that uses just my name, my company, and my position. That's already a lot of data to infer from and start bringing in some quality matches. But then I can add my own goals as well. And you, as the organizer, can add goals for your attendees. And you can see that I've got reasons why the match occurred. I can choose to skip, or I can choose to send a message and take action on those matches. Same thing goes for sessions, for speakers, and even for sponsors as well. So as I explore the app and as more data rolls in, as I add my goals as an attendee, these matches are constantly updating, constantly refreshing throughout the day of the event. You can update your profile to get better matches. You can set up your own goals to meet someone, to evaluate a new product or service that you might be looking for, to learn about something, to discover something. All you do is chat with the agent in natural language. Just tell it what you want, what would make this event a success, and it'll go out and find that for you. You can add AI summaries of what's happening right now, activity stream highlights, AI topic summaries, a bunch of stuff. I'll show you how that's configured. It's incredibly simple. And then when you click this little action button, which follows you throughout the event, you can ask our AI concierge any question about the event. It's completely grounded to your event content. And you can see a couple of examples of what I asked. I'm looking for a marketing automation platform. Who should I meet? It suggested HubSpot, which is one of the sponsors. Before that, I asked, who are the sponsors? I asked about the venue. It told me all about the venue. I asked about topics that are essential to the event, which are shortcuts that you as the organizer can set up. About speakers, about Wi-Fi passwords. It gives me everything in a simple copy-pastable box. It renders cards so I can actually click in and see session descriptions without ever leaving the chatbot. Incredibly convenient, and there's nothing you ever need to do to set this up. You upload your content, and all of this just works. But in addition to the home screen, the curated recommendations, it's a fully featured event app. We've got our community area with all of our attendees, and those recommendations carry through to the list as well. So you don't only see them on the home screen, you see them as you browse other sections of the app. We've got our activity stream, which includes the ability for you to post, for your attendees to post, photos, messages, likes, comments, polls, stories, you name it, short form video, it's all there. Channels, which are private chat rooms that you can set up for your attendees that are thematical. They can be public as well. You can bring people together in different groups, very easy. And within those, they can share messages and do all that. And then there's the traditional features like the schedule, again, with the AI features there, subtly helping your attendees find their recommendations. And then we also do some really fun stuff like the ability to just drop in a audio recording of a session once it's completed, and we will auto-generate these recaps. And they're editable. Actually, I'll show you how that works on the back end in just a second. So if there's something in the recap that you don't want to see, you can edit it and remove it. Quotable moments, statistics cited, people mentioned, and the ability to see the full transcript and also ask about the session with some auto-suggested questions to get the conversation going. So the full transcript becomes something that your attendees can access and even chat with after the event. So if we go back, because I know time is running short, we can take a look at the back end for a second. And one thing to notice is that you can get started for free. It's a completely DIY platform. You sign up, you get a sandbox app that's ready to go for you right away. I've got a bunch of apps created here, and one that hasn't been published yet just shows you how the experience flows when you're first creating. You go through a step-by-step process, customize the appearance. You see a live preview of the app as you go. You can even chat with the chatbot as you customize its name. You know, if I change the personality of the chatbot, everything updates for me instantly. So what you see is exactly what you get, and you can test everything as you create. The AI curation features turn different types of recommendations on and off. The FAQs that power the chatbot, you can update them here. All of your content, super easy to upload. We actually have a magic import feature. Just drag and drop your Excel file. It makes sense of it. There's no need to reformat it to a specific template. And then there's the start page as well, which you can build any sort of widget into. And we have a whole host of options here, from featured speakers and sessions and sponsors and topics, all of it customizable, all of it modular. So, you know, if you move something down, again, you see that right away. You have the confidence that you're getting exactly the experience that you want. And then you upload your access list and you're good to go. You can launch it right away. And once you've launched, you have, this is a published version of that same app. You have a whole host of other tools, from really rich analytics, where you can see exactly how attendees are adopting and engaging. You can see the timeline, session performance, speaker performance, the networking funnel, search analytics. You can click into anything and see anybody's activity. You can see sponsor performance, attendee engagement. There's a ton of data here. We even do the audience breakdown for you, using some AI analysis to get you a sense of seniority and job function and industry. You can see all the chatbot activity that's coming through. So this is some of the questions I was just setting up before the demo. Push notifications, schedule those, target them to specific content. Lead retrieval also built in, super easy to turn on and off, and invite your sponsors onto. And then, of course, managing the content and the access and everything else that when you were setting it up is still available for you. And we price this based on outcomes. So it's $5 per engaged attendee. That means someone who's used the app at least 5 times. If you want to lock in a price, we just lock it in at 70% engagement rate if you really need that predictability. But it's sort of, and it's capped at $9,500 per event. Yeah, it's very simple. It's built for simplicity. That's what Attendify was known for. That's what we're bringing to Highbar. And I can share a little bit about our roadmap and stuff, but I see Vanessa up there, so maybe there's some questions and happy to dive into those.
You do have some questions. We may not quite have time to get to them all, but I will say there's big applause and praise for the sandbox functionality. So that seems to have landed well with folks. First question I will go to is from Ariel. Is there a plugin for event management platforms, or does everything have to be done in Highbar? So I'm guessing that's if registration is being taken elsewhere, for example, can you then use Highbar on site, and what does that look like?
Yes, you can. So we have integrations with Stova, with Luma, with StreamPoint, and we're building one with Swoogo right now. We've been around for about a year and a half. We're building integrations whenever customers request them, and we're happy
Mhm.
to do that. We typically don't even charge for that. We just build it out because it benefits someone else down the road, and we're happy to do it. So yeah, happy to integrate.
Awesome. And the second question that I'll ask you, and then I'm going to ask you if you can hop in the chat and actually answer. There's at least one more that I can see that would be great for you to answer. It's
Totally.
around encouraging attendees to share their data. So, do you have any issues with that, especially in the more GDPR world that we live in over in the European side? Is that something that you've come up against for customers that have encountered this as a challenge or not?
No, we really haven't come up with that as a challenge. We can deploy this, and we have in the past for customers in the EU.
Hmm.
That's not a challenge at all. That takes a little bit of setup time. We don't normally run the infrastructure there, but we've done that before. Happy to do it when that's important. And we've never had an issue. We can even add custom terms to the sign up page if you need some additional legal terms added. So we've done that for customers as well. So yeah, I think there's not really anything extra that you're sharing. Obviously, you're asking the chatbot a question or two, but there's really, a profile is a profile. It's, very much it has the core event app functionality and the data that goes along with it.
Yeah. All right. Fantastic. Michael, thank you so much. There's a challenge for you in the chat rather than a question from someone who
All
runs
right,
heritage
fantastic.
events.
I
And the
love it.
challenges that she might be faced with if she was to present a very AI forward tool that might actually not work well with her slightly perhaps more traditional thinkers. So, Michael, brilliant.
Awesome.
Thank you. And
Love it. Thanks,
last
Vanessa.
but far from least, Katie from VFairs, can you come and join us? Thank you very much. Katie and I met actually for the first time today, which was a great pleasure. And I reminisced from way back when I used VFairs. I think it was 12 or something years ago. So
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing this because it's going to be completely different to what I
yeah,
said back then. So,
exactly.
Katie, you are at 4:43, 10 minutes, go for it.
Perfect, perfect. So I know you guys have had a lot of information thrown at you, thrown at me as well. I will try my best to keep it as easy, relaxed, and slow as I can. I do have a habit of speaking quite fast anyway, so I'll try and slow myself down. A little bit about me. My name is Katie Simkis. I am in Southwest Wales, if you didn't catch my accent. I've worked for VFiz for 6 years. Before that, I was actually a client of VFiz. So I have been in your shoes as well. And I know how overwhelming it is when you're looking at all these different options, and there's even more now. And trying to pick, which one is the best suit for you guys. Now, I appreciate we only have 10 minutes, but hopefully that 10 minutes will be enough to capture your interest and your curiosity. When Vanessa puts my details in the chat, please reach out. Would love to have a one-to-one demo. As you can tell from the demos that have been already, there's a lot of functionality, there's a lot of features, and with VFiz in particular, we have many different options that we would probably recommend to different clients based on the type of event, based on their audience, but mostly based on their event goals. So what I would recommend to one person would be completely different to what I'd recommend to another person. So a one-to-one custom demo, I would definitely recommend. So feel free to reach out. So what I will do, I'll get straight into it. I'm going to share my screen on the laptop first of all. And I'm gonna, hopefully that's come up for you guys. I'm just going to give you a very, very brief background on VFiz. I won't bore you too much on this side of things, but in a nutshell, we have been providing event technology for over 10 years. So we are experts in the industry. We are completely international. I'm in little old Pembrokeshire in Southwest Wales, but we are scattered all over and we're a market leader. So you'll always find us right at the top of any review site. So G2, Capterra, Gartner, you'll always find us right at the top. There's many reasons for this. I'll try and be more, specific as we go through. One of the reasons we are rated so high is we are an all-in-one platform. I know the focus is on the mobile app, and I will make that the focus, but we do offer everything from registration and ticketing to marketing, badge printing, mobile apps, virtual platforms, etc. Many, many other things. But the great thing is with VFirs, it is modular, so you can pick what products you need and also what features you need, and you can leave the rest. So it really does create a custom package for you, and there's no need to pay for all the things that you're not going to use as well. So that's a key part. We have worked with the likes of Apple, Nestle, Microsoft, just to drop a few of the big boys. But equally, we work with a lot of non-profits, so over 300 non-profit associations. So we pride ourselves on being able to accommodate for all size companies, all size events and budgets as well. I would say we probably excel at conferences and trade shows. I was working for a job board when I used VFirs, so firsthand I've seen how great it works for job fairs as well. But I would say those three are probably our kind of bread and butter. But we do webinars, we do all size and scale events of all different natures as well. Okay. Other than the fact we are an all-in-one solution and that we are deeply configurable and it's modular, another big unique selling point for VFirs and what we're really well known for is the project management. Now, I know a couple of the demos before me have also mentioned this. The difference with VFirs, it is included for free. So we don't ever charge for project management. When you sign up, you're given your very own dedicated project manager and customer success manager who are working on your time zone. You'll have weekly meetings, unlimited training, unlimited support, test runs as much as you like, and live day support. And all of that is included with VFirs for free. So no extra charge. That's all included as standard. Another couple of nice to know points, and I'm basing this off some of the questions that have come up for demos before me. We have data stores in the UK. Not a lot of companies have their data stored in the UK, so that's another unique selling point. But also many other places, EU, US, Canada, Middle East. You are the owners of the data. It's up to you where you want us to store it. And obviously we are fully GDPR compliant as well. Finally, like I mentioned earlier, we built all of this ourselves on one single back end. So we have made it so it's very easy to integrate with. So whether that's CRM integration, payment integrations, API integrations, or Zapier, ultimately, we should be able to tick all of the boxes on that side of things, as well as the compliance and security, and most importantly, potentially, the product and functionality as well. Okay. So I'm going to go off this slide now, and I am going to show you a demo on my phone of a real app. But that demo is a VFirs branded app. So it's all our branding, our logos, and it's also got every single feature on it because it's a demo. So before I show you that one, I just want to show you this page here, which has basically got lots of real examples of apps that we have created for other clients. And the main thing I want you to notice here is how different they all are. So the color schemes, the branding, even the layouts and the functionality, it's all completely different client to client. So it's all customized based on what they wanted, what they needed. Okay. Now I'm going to join and share my screen on my phone. So bear with me 2 seconds. Just press share here. And I'll stop it here. Are we on my phone? Yes, we are. Brilliant. So we do also have the option for white label. We do all of the legal setup as well. So I know a lot of our competitors, they do offer white label apps, but they actually make you do the kind of legal side of it. With us, we set it all up for you. Okay. So the 3 apps that we've got here, 2 on the left are white labeled. So client's logo, client's title. For the demo, though, I am going to go into the VFirs app, and I'm going to go into the event with all features. So don't be overwhelmed. We have a lot of functionality for you to choose from. I would never recommend to a client to have every single feature we have. I would probably say 6 to 9 is like an average, but it is completely up to you guys, really, which features you have. So all of these tiles in the middle are features, okay? So you can choose which ones you want to have, the order that they are in, the color schemes, the logos, the terminology, all of that is completely customizable, okay? I personally think it looks better when there's 2 or 3 tiles in a row instead of 4 in a row, so they're a bit bigger, but it is completely up to you. Whether it's white labeled or not, you will still have full customization inside the app. So it is up to you what sort of images you want to put up the top. You will have your logo, your title, dates, times, and the Google Map location. Okay, so the app itself, it's probably my favorite product to demo out of all of our products, just because I feel like it's very clean, it's very easy to use. I am actually not a technical person at all, considering I'm in the tech industry. I did English in university, but I find it really easy to use and also very easy to set up as well. And I will show you the back end briefly too. But yeah, these are all kind of optional for you. So I'll go into a few of the kind of core features. So you've got your agenda, for example. I know a couple of people have mentioned AI. We've obviously got AI throughout the back end and the front end. So you can have AI generated suggestions in the agenda. From the networking point of view as well, we can either have it so that our AI system already does the meetings for you, so matches people up and books those meetings in, or you can have it so that it just suggests to attendees who they should be meeting, or you can leave it completely up to your attendees. So we like to open the app a month before the event. It is up to you guys, though, how soon you want it open. But if you do open it up beforehand, it obviously gives your attendees a chance to see who else is attending. They can go through the filter options to find people that are relevant to them. Once you've kind of shortlisted that attendee list, you have the option to book a meeting, have a live chat, or also have a call, a video call, and it's all completely embedded into the app, okay? So that is included as standard. You'll also be able to see everyone that is online right now, and you can see chat rooms there are to join as well. So you guys can set up chat rooms in advance for certain topics, but you can also allow your attendees to have their own chat rooms as well. Everything that is clickable or scannable is trackable. So all of the data that is collected here, like I mentioned earlier, you are the owners of. And we always recommend you give your sponsors, your speakers, their own kind of dedicated report on how successful the event was for them. So how many people clicked on their booth, clicked on their session, for example. Okay. We also have built-in admin section, so you can check people into the event, and not only that, you can check people into different sessions as well. You may have, a restricted amount of seats, or you want to track exactly who has gone where. You can do that all through the admin section here. Attendees will have their own QR codes, so they can show their code and they can also scan one another. This is also used for lead capture with exhibitors. So you can see everybody that you've met at the event. You can favorite them, you can export them. And again, you've still got the same functionality to view their profiles and put notes in, etc. too. God, that went really fast. I've only got a minute left. Geez, sorry guys. So yeah, in a nutshell, guys, lots of functionality here. We pride ourselves on our gamification as well. So lots of engagement tools like leaderboards, scavenger hunts, photo booths, event live feed. Should tick all the boxes in terms of functionality, and even more so in terms of customization as well. And the back end is really, really easy to use too. Perfect.
Brilliant, quick turnaround there from
yeah. So I didn't even see you. I got
wrap.
2 screens. I don't know how long you were there for.
No, don't worry. Only just. I have a question for you straight away, because you have so many different features, as you observed. You said 6 to 9 is a sort of general guide.
That's what I would say is the average. My colleagues, might have different opinions. We have some clients who have, say, like 3 features. They only need agenda, floor plan, networking, boom, done. And that suits them. And then we have others who do want more, bells, whistles, gamification, etc. So they naturally have a lot more functionality then.
How would you recommend folks roll out a new feature? So let's take that example of a client where they've got 3 and they decide we're going to add 2 more on to the next 2 events.
Yeah.
How does that work in practice?
So in kind of how you're setting it up, it's really easy on the kind of back end side of things. So with us, all of that functionality is included in your basic package. We pride ourselves on not having any kind of secret hidden charges. You've got unlimited registrations, unlimited admins, and free use of whatever features you want. We're never going to turn around and say, oh, that's an added extra. So that's a big bonus with VFiz as well. So you can ask your project manager, can I add this in? And they can show you how to add it in or add it in for you. What I have seen a lot of recently with our clients is people opening the app, say, a month before and slow launching different features and giving their attendees another reason to download the app. So, you know, a month before, the app is now available. The next week, networking is now open. The next week, the exhibitor list is now open. So you're keeping it relevant, keeping it exciting, and also giving people another push to download the app. So by the time the event comes round, you've got an amazing, download rate, and people are already excited and interacting.
I'm also fascinated by opening the app a month before the event. What percentage of customers do actually open it a month before the event?
Good question. It's probably around the 80% mark now. I wouldn't say it's always a month. But most of our clients do choose to open it before the event because it's no extra cost. So you can have it open a month before and a month after, no extra cost at all. So it's just personal preference, really. Some clients prefer to do it a week before, just to keep it all kind of exciting and more relevant to the time. But other people prefer to kind of slow launch. And I guess it depends on what your goals are, whether it's meetings, booking schedule, sessions, etc.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Folks who are presenters, please all turn your cameras back on. You have done a phenomenal job today. This is no easy task that I've set for you at all. So thank you very much for squishing so much into such a short space of time. I was set myself a tongue twister there. We are going to wrap up bang on time, as we should be. I'm going to ask you all for a little quick wave and get a quick image of us all here together. And thank you very much. Thank you to our audience. You have been brilliant, as always, at sending some fantastic questions, some good ideas and some good leads. Lots of thanks coming through in the chat, and it's been brilliant. I am going to wrap us up now. Thank you all again.